Welcome to Heathen's Garage. We're going to put what's in this box into this Jeep. If you were here for the last episode, you probably saw me fumble around and put a turbocharger into this thing. And it's sitting just right there. Now, when I say put a turbocharger in, what I really mean is it's mounted. But it's only mounted. It's not hooked to anything anywhere. There's also an intercooler that's sitting right there. Today, we need to do a little more than just cut holes in our Jeep. Hey folks, this is Editor Heathen here. I realized that today's video is kind of short, and also it's not as entertaining because everything just sort of went right and we got work done. If you're not into watching that, just skip to the end. There's a bunch of clips of us sliding cars around on the racetrack. Maybe you're into that. What we're going to start with is making some mounts for that intercooler. Let's get the grill back off so you can see it. Oh gosh. It was very secure, was it? This is pretty much where it's going to sit. We might bring it up just a hair so it's not touching anything, but that's pretty much where it's going to sit. I quit on the last episode because I didn't have any material to make any sort of brackety for this. These are drawer dividers left over from my work van. So what I'm going to use, they're really nice aluminum. It's not real thick, but it's probably good enough for an intercooler. And the top I need to be dangling from this weird surface. I haven't totally figured out how I'm going to do that yet. I was kind of thinking just making a V. Instead of going like this, down and then back up here. I don't know, maybe that'll work. I got a couple to play with. Maybe I'll just try one. That's a nice cardboard shim, so I can space this sort of approximately where it'll really be. Okay, well that's sort of somewhere where it'll be. Approximately. Now what do I do with this here? I don't have any technology to weld aluminum. All I can really do is bend it. I don't know what I'm doing. We're just gonna try it. Oh, how about there? Let's try that. We'll try and figure out how to put another bend in it right there. Oh. Now I got a different problem. Where's a clamp here? I have no idea if it'll work. I'm just trying something. If I bend it, is that? Yeah, that's right, I think. Is that working? Sort of. Sure. That's kind of bent, isn't it? Maybe that'll work. I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to build here. It looks like that. And it's going to fit from here and down and then back. Let's see, it'll be here, down, and back. We got to cut it before we can actually see if it'll work. I don't know how to figure out how long it needs to be. It needs to be that long. Wonder what the right tool for cutting aluminum is. Because what I own is a Sawzall. Like, it's crooked as can be, but it cuts it fast. Hey, that'll work not bad. We'll bolt it here. We'll bolt it down here. I wish I would have bent it the opposite way so that I had the flat side. Now we gotta punch a couple holes for the mount. This'll go well. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Here we go. No, that didn't work. That's not a very nice way to do it, but I guess it got the job done. There. Now the hole's like 4 times as big as it needs to be, but that'll be okay. We got this sort of like flanged up, and that'll work once it's tight. We're gonna duplicate this with a little more offset and put one on the other side. Well, it makes me sad that I'm drilling holes in this, and I hate that it has to be offset that far, but that wouldn't work. Couldn't bolt it there. You know, I really thought I was being clever. I did a good thing and I made duplicate things. Look closer. Do you see how this side has ribs? The other side is smooth. Do you see how this side is smooth? The other side has the ribs. So yeah, I inverted them, or they're upside down or something. But they are highly functional, and that's, you know, I'm a function over form kind of guy, so good enough. With the upper mounts done and it kind of, solid, I'm just not going to worry about the lower mounts because I'm not interested in that right now. And I want to see what's in my box. Sure. What was that? The screw falling out of my knife? Sure it was. Well, I found it the first time. Sure it's gone now. Oh well. Alright, what do we got here? Oh yeah. This is exciting stuff. I want to make sure you can see it. Oh boy. Look at that. Little silicone rubber joiners. They say they're silicone. Kind of just feel like heater hose. It's large. Look at all the hose clamps. This, folks, is the cheapest eBay intercooler piping set you can find. In Canada dollars, I think it was $145 shipped to my door. Let's see what we get. This is not near as bad as I expected it to be. Like, it's aluminum. Ah! I don't know what that proved. 245s. You can make any shape you want with this. We got 2 of them. We got 2 90s. Look at that. We got a straight. Oh, that's gonna look weird. Look at how shiny that. This is pretty nice stuff for a guy like me. Wow, it's even got a nice bubble on the end. This is pretty nice. Wow, it even came with 2 rubber 90s. This is way more stuff than I need. Cool. Oh, I'm never gonna get all this stuff back in the box, am I? Next thing is we either need to work on the lower mounts, or since we have all the cold piping, we need to do that. But it's late at night and I'm not starting either of those. So I'll be back tomorrow, just hold tight. It's like 5 days later. The guy's like, day job really sort of got in the way of working on this thing for the last couple minutes. I think what we're gonna do is build some lower mounts. And by build some lower mounts, I mean drill holes and put bolts in or something. I don't know, we'll figure it out. You know what the worst part is? The guy's having a lot of trouble figuring out how tall of a thing he needs on the bottom of this. It's all I can get in there is a finger, and I know I need something thicker than my finger. So we'll work with that measurement. The good news is with silicone piping, guy gets a little bit of wiggle room. Kind of suits me pretty well, given the level of incompetence I have with the tape measure. Come on now, why are you so tight? Not gonna say I love the upper mounts I created. How could I have done this better? Oh, I guess the socket would go right in there, wouldn't it? Yeah, I could just socket it. Why would I socket it when I can continue struggling though? Next trick, can I get this out without removing my mounts? Because that'd be really nice. Nope, it doesn't look like I can. This mount, sorry, it's gotta go. You don't love it. Yeah, this is sayonara, that mount. Don't forget, always keep the guards on the grinders. I'm gonna bring you in close. Come on out. Everybody wants to see you. You need to be over here. Quit stepping on the blanket. Get off! Come up here, girlie. Oh, did I scare you? Did I scare you a little bit? Did I scare you? That's not your bone. It's okay. I'll stop making noise. Now the good news is I made a couple marks right here and here. We'll just punch a couple holes approximately where I think they should be. And we'll be in good shape. I don't know, there. It's not very thick material, but it isn't supporting much weight. Yeah, there-ish. Maybe we'll go a size bigger. Give us a little wiggle room. This bit is not very sharp. We're getting a different bit. Perfect. Now what we need is something that is about the right size here that's hollow and thicker than my finger. Some of you might have seen this before. Last year at Miles of Mayhem, I may have left this rocker bridge loose and it broke, but I kept it because I thought it's made out of aluminum and it's wider than my finger and I could just, like, why wouldn't this work? I happen to have it, and it's kind of like I'm putting the Jeep back into the Jeep, and that makes me happy. So we're just gonna lop these off right there, and then that's gonna be our spacer. Look how nice that'll fit. Oh, when this is cut off. You shouldn't cut aluminum with a grinder because the grinder fills up with bits, and then it can explode. And just look at that, little spacer. I could even put it that way. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Now this might seem dumb, but I'm gonna glue them on because I don't want them to fall off every time. I think that'll be annoying. Probably gonna happen is I'm gonna glue the bolt and that'll just be stuck there forever. Sure. I know it's kind of chintzy, but it's not holding anything. It's just keeping it there so I don't have to hopefully fight with it every time. And I promise I can knock that off again if I glued it in the wrong place or something. All right. Now we just pretend we forget about this for quite a while because we're in the barn and it's cold. It takes more than 3 minutes for it to dry out here. Good news is I've got enough on my hands that I know when it's dry, this will probably be dry, but let's forget about it for a few minutes. We did add a little bit of JB Weld because the old super glue seemed a little on the weak side. And we know JB Weld's a quality product that will never fail. So yeah, we're gonna use that. Now we gotta cut all this out. We gotta cut ourselves a hole right here for the piping to go through. But we're gonna take the dogs away because they are not a big fan of the plasma cutter, I've learned. That isn't very nice for them to have to suffer listening to that thing, so yeah, we'll be right back. Say goodbye, doggos! We're going home! Elvis, are you ready to go home? You're ready, hey little bear, you're already sick of it. So we need a hole right through there. And we need this horn out of the way, and some of this wiring to be pulled out of the way. Horn first. Somebody wasn't smart enough to weld the nuts. That was me. And now you've got to do this to get the horn undone. I have the horn. Don't know what happened to the wire. Alright, there's a screw in there, and it holds the ground. Let's see if we can't get it undone. What an awkward place. Oh no, not this game. There we go. That went, all things considered, quite well. Well, I guess it's not out yet, it's only loose. Why would you put a ground there? What a bunch of hacks. We got license plate here to hopefully protect the ollie thing. We'll let that slide. How about the wiring? Can we protect it somehow? We'll just push it out of the way. We're not gonna roast this set of wiring too, don't worry. Why did this happen? Nope. Yeah, figures. Okay, we'll try that. Why is this thing so hot today? And now we gotta do a little bit from this side. Hooray! Now, we got our piping. Look at this. Will it fit through there? We have no hope of getting it in there. Like, it'll definitely fit through there, but we're gonna have to cut 4 inches off of this to make it fit in there. This 90's really big, and I didn't realize it. Guess we just cut it off like right here. Well, let's put the intercooler back in and see where it sits. This, slide in here like that. Oh boy, you'd have to cut it back way here, which would be fine. If you're gonna tell me that this is gonna fit, that would be embarrassing if the silicone wouldn't fit. It's okay, we're good. It's too short. Gotta use the aluminum. Alright, we made a 90 here. We made it 1 inch longer than it says it needs to be, but like it seems really tight, you know? Get out of there, coil wire, you're in the way. Only you could see what I'm fighting with. This wiring right here, it's really in the way. Let's try and put it back here. So with that bit of rubber on there, does this bit of rubber go in there? If so, how far? Oh, that's minty! Absolutely minty! Look at it. You can't really see any of it. This is through here. Look at it. We got a silicone rubber in like the worst place ever to try and get those clamps done up, but it's in there. And it's at a good length. And it's sort of pointed in an appropriate direction. That aluminum is so soft I can scratch it with my fingernail. Just gotta now run it from there to there. Which leads us to a thing that we get to show you that I'm excited about. Check this out. I bought this a year ago. It's a carburetor hat. We'll fit some silicone and that'll go to that piping. Let's just slip it on so we know what it looks like. You know what's happened here? My stud has hit the hood. PCV, hey? Look at that. Isn't that cool? This is very much too long. Okay, now all we gotta do is hook this pipe up to that pipe. That certainly looks like the easiest route. We're gonna have to trim these, but I would turn this up a bit. I'm gonna end up cutting both of these off, that's sad. We found an adapter out in the old scrap coda. Someday you'll see it, but not yet. Anyways, that puts that on there. Hello! Come on in. Now for the satisfying moment of putting this on. It's the last piece.
Where'd you get that?
I got it off eBay. It was the very cheapest one I could find.
You did.
It's actually like nice stuff. It's soft for sure, but it's not bad quality. Look at this. We got piping through a beautifully cut hole. We got silicone joiners. We got up to here. We got into there. Do you realize that means cold piping is done? We get to cross a thing off. Not only do we get to cross off cold piping, but we made both intercooler mounts. We can cross it off too. It's the next evening and I just came back out to look and I sort of test fit everything one more time. There's definitely some massaging that needs to happen in order to make this, easy to remove and stuff, but overall, I'm really just pleased with the fitment of things. With all that work done, we're gonna call this an episode. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Also, on a different note, this week we officially crossed over to 100 subscribers, which I realize is pretty small potatoes, but for a guy like me in a barn fixing junk, mumbling about, well, I'm pretty pleased. Thanks for watching. Bye. That was amazing.